Hello and welcome to this video edition of Technomicon Media. This is Matthew, and this week's Game Tech article features Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Wanted to start out the review just showing a couple of the features that have carried over from previous Elder Scrolls, specifically Elder Scroll 4. Here, of course, is Shadowmere attainable again in Skyrim, which is pretty awesome. They did an amazing job modeling him, or her, depending on who you ask. You know, cool little vampire eyes, and just wanted to give you guys a good glimpse at what the environment modeling looks like. It's amazing. So one of the biggest things you'll be doing in Skyrim is dungeon exploration, which there's quite a different types of models. This is sort of the crypt variation on the dungeon crawl. There's like fortresses and caverns and whatnot. And here's some third-person combat against a dragon priest. Not one of the named ones, but you know, still a pretty cool fight. And wanted to show what combat looks like in third person, and of course demonstrating some of one of the main things that you'll be acquiring in your exploration around Skyrim in dungeons and outdoors is what's called words of power. In Skyrim, one of the main abilities the player has, regardless of what kind of class specialty you choose, is what's called shouts, which are explained more in the article, but quickly they're the language of the dragons, and you learn the words in various ways. But here's you explore and discover a word, and screen gets all funky for a minute and you learn a new word. So for those familiar with Elder Scrolls 4, this may not be as impressive, but I played Elder Scrolls 4 and this is very impressive. This is the world map, and just wanted to briefly explain for people that each one of these locations is like a pretty large landmark, whether it be a dungeon or a township or a village, so just to kind of give everyone the scale of how big this world is. And I want to point out that I have not discovered every location on this map, so there's quite a few things missing. These are just the locations that I've been to, and it's incredibly vast. And literally you can have fun in this game just exploring all of these territories regardless of the quests. So one of the very cool features in Skyrim, in addition to the awesome graphics and all the quests and whatnot, is the personal housing that the player can attain in multiple cities. I believe it's 5 total cities you can have housing in, and you can have them all. Actually, I'm just showing one example. This is the personal housing for the City of Solitude, and it's a multiple story house. It's got an alchemy lab, an enchanting lab, master bedroom, servant quarters, the whole bit, multiple libraries, multiple armor statues and whatnot. And it's just pretty cool that they added this, sort of mini game-esque thing. The only thing that I have a problem with the housing is that it seems to be kind of buggy. When you place items, they get moved around while you are away. You come home and all your stuff's been ransacked and thrown on the floors and whatnot. But it's still a very cool feature, and it's great to be able to have a place to call your own. If you find trophies, you can set them on things and you can store all your items, and players are going to have a lot of fun just with that element of the game of being able to set up trophies and explore their personal housing, I think. So one of the very cool features that is pretty understated is the fact that Skyrim doesn't have any cinematics, in the sense that there's no cutscenes that remove you from what's going on in the game. You're able to interact with everything more or less at every moment in time. And I thought that this scene with the Daedric deity Nocturnal really summed up how beautifully that is done, and you can see the modeling and everything, and the fact that I'm able to pan the camera around and move around and whatnot really hammers home the fact that the graphics and the marriage of all the active gameplay, coupled with the fact that you're able to interact and explore, is just so well merged together. And I want to point out that all of the quests more or less live up to this sort of quality expectation in terms of rich storyline, engaging graphics, and everything has voiceover. Even the smallest little quest has voiceover, which is also very impressive that they have quality voice actors doing pretty much everything in the game, down to the peasant begging for coins in the townships. Last thing I wanted to share with you guys for this review is the skills tree, which is a series of sort of constellation graphics that you move along as you're propelled towards the late tier abilities for each skill tree, which are called perks. You gain ability points called perks, and then you can spend those, but most people might think of them as talent or skill points, whatnot. But I just thought that this is a great example of every element of the game just being so well developed. And once again, this is Matthew for Technomicon Media, saying thank you for watching, and for the full review on Skyrim, please visit our site at www.technomicon.com, and check back with us next week as I do a part 2 of Skyrim, revolving around achievements and strategies for things like crafting and some of the more advanced concepts within Skyrim, aside from the main campaign progression. Hope to see you guys then. And once again, thank you for watching.